gentlemen, hello. Thank you for returning. It's Loft Talks. We back. Again, don't know which number episode this is, but if you made it this far, you obviously liked either one of us or all of us. So we appreciate you being here.
Close.
He said close. He's like, can you slide over? I'm tapping these, bro.
Yeah, you got all this couch over here. Sorry, y'all. We're trying
like this.
Yep, see? We go ahead and get together.
Get the kitchen together. Right?
Ladies and gentlemen, we're back. It's Loft Talks. Thank you so much for being here. Please make sure you share, subscribe, like, comment, give us feedback. Tell us if you like us. Tell us if you want us to talk about a certain topic.
Or give us a compliment, because they like compliments.
We like compliments.
They like that.
Yeah.
We all do.
So we decided to keep our brother Marv for another episode here.
Yeah.
So shout out to Marv. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
We're gonna go ahead and jump into it. I think we have a topic that needs to be discussed.
Yeah. So the topic we saw on social media, it said a man that needs multiple women is unhappy with himself. Thoughts, comments.
Well, it's a few parts of that statement that we got to break down.
Yep.
Because
I think the first part about it is the needing part.
Yeah.
Because I think there's a difference between needing multiple women and wanting multiple women.
Don't worry.
Well, I didn't hear you.
No, I know. Don't
What
worry
you got? Well,
this
you know.
is prior episodes when needing and wanting women, and they tried to kill me for it, but don't worry about it.
What?
No, yeah, don't worry about it. Go ahead.
The cancel culture
Yeah,
came for you?
yeah.
That's crazy.
Go ahead, Drew.
Yeah.
You and Darren wanted this one, so
I ain't want that. That was big.
Okay, it'll put us on the spot a little bit, but
Bounce back over.
the topic itself, it didn't necessarily rub me the wrong way, but the fact that it ends with says that he's unhappy with himself.
Yeah.
I don't think that's true.
Yeah, that's the trick.
Like, just because a man talks to multiple women, that has nothing to do with if he's happy or not. He just chooses to talk to multiple women. When he's ready to settle down with one girl, he will. But at this time, whether he's going through something or however he wants to deal with it, if he wants to talk to multiple women, that's on him.
Yeah.
If he so goes about it and tells the women that he's talking to, hey, I am talking to you, but I'm also talking to other women, that is your choice to stay or continue talking to that man.
Yep.
I just always feel as if that women a lot of times get on us and want to find some way to try to jump on us mentally or jump on our psyche to say, oh, something's wrong with him because he didn't talk to me. He's talking to this girl. He's talking to this girl. He broke my heart. You got your heart broke. It's okay. We all deal with it. But ain't nothing wrong with me because I did it.
So it's a good chance that statement came from a hurt woman, is what you're saying.
There's a possibility that could have came that way, but don't get mad at us because we want to talk to multiple women. That's our choice, and it is your choice to be one of those women. That doesn't necessarily mean something's wrong with my mind.
So is she mad did she willingly agree to be one of the women? So is it coming from a woman that's
we don't know.
We don't know where it came from.
That's my question though, right? So I think that's two different perspectives, right? So if I'm talking to multiple women and they don't know, and then they find out, of course she's gonna be hurt. She might thought she was the only one, right? But if it's up front, I think that's totally two different things, right? So,
But the
if
question,
I'm hiding something, then obviously that it's a me thing. It's not a them thing, right?
no,
The question was, he's unhappy with himself.
He's unhappy with himself.
So what does that look
it's a
like,
statement.
though? What does unhappy look? That looks different from everybody.
Absolutely.
Right. So what is that? I mean, that's a generalized statement for a woman to say that, oh, the reason you're doing this is because you're unhappy. It may be the case, but that's a general assumption that you're making.
But for me, it goes. For me, the way I understand this, for me, is dating multiple women. Right. Doesn't mean, again, like Darren said, I'm unhappy with unhappy with myself. It's more or less I'm trying to figure out who I want to actually date and take serious. That's how I receive this comment.
Yeah.
And I've done it. I've dated 2 and 3 women at one time, and it's hard, right? And we talk about this in a previous episode.
Yeah.
Like, it's hard, and once you figure out that one woman that you willing to sacrifice it all for, that's what you do. But I don't think I'm unhappy because I'm talking to multiple women. Hell, women do it too.
Right.
They date multiple men, and think it's. Are you unhappy with yourself?
They don't want to hear that part.
Yeah. Are you unhappy with yourself because you're dating multiple men?
What was you saying? What was you saying about the part where it was like needing and the wanting a woman? Because that was like the loaded question or the loaded part of the question. Because it was saying a man that needs.
So I would think as far as, and this playing devil's advocate, needing a woman as far as needing, I need to get happiness or confidence from this one, and I need to get something from this one in order for me to feel whole.
Yeah.
And I think, you know what I'm saying, that's one perspective that could have came out of it, as opposed to one. Maybe a man just likes to be, you know what I'm saying, likes to spread himself around. I mean, hey, do what you do.
Spread himself around.
Yeah, so you roll oats.
If anybody's spreading right now, it's Nick Cannon. Roll.
Man.
Ridiculous.
Nick Cannon's out of control right now.
We ain't talking about Nick Cannon right now.
So yeah, that's what I was saying.
Yeah, I don't think we're unhappy with ourselves, or that's just like what Darren was saying. That's just what we're doing at the moment. You know, I don't think we're unhappy. Like, successful people do it all the time. Like, some people aren't married and they Fortune CEOs of Fortune 500 companies, and they're not necessarily married or dating or whatever. So I don't think you're unhappy, but I don't know.
I took that comment the wrong way. I took that the wrong. My thought process was like, I'm talking to a bunch of girls and I'm just being reckless. You know what I'm saying? Like how? Like I'm thinking. I went back to my past and it was like in these streets. I'm talking.
Went back to your Rolodex.
Talking to like, yo, it's crazy. So like, there was something wrong with me back then. You know what I'm saying? So I guess I'm looking at it from that perspective. Like, yeah,
It's real life.
I had some issues.
That's real life, though.
I had some real issues while I was doing that.
That's
So
introspective.
That's what I took from it. It was like, that's
Were you unhappy
That's
at
still
that time?
valid.
was I unhappy in some areas? Probably so. And that was that was something that I had control over.
Mhm.
And so I may have not had control over a certain area of my life, and that bothered me. But I could control this, and so I use it to my advantage. And the more control, I just keep adding to it. Like, I got 7 girls, let me add 1 more. It became a game. It became like something like that. It's like, you know, how many can I get, right? And for me, it was I love the thrill of who like Marv. Like that excited me, you know what I'm saying? You like Marv?
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
That made me feel good, right? So like, let me add you to the roster, you know what I'm saying? So, but I can control that, man. I can manipulate that situation because I was losing control, or I lost control in another area of my life. So, does that make sense?
So this is another switching gears. Now I'm being the host now.
Take your time, bro.
All right, Brandon Marshall.
Let me take the episode off. Let me take this episode off.
So switching gears, a topic that I've heard from multiple females is a guy leads me on and makes me feel as though I'm the person that he wants to talk to, and then he ghosts me without giving me quote unquote clarity or closure to say, you know, I'm not interested. Have y'all, of course, dealt with that, and how do you handle that conversation?
Yes.
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 Trying to figure out the best way to say it. So have I dealt with that? Yeah, I have. Like I've been ghosted.
Yeah.
It don't feel good.
Wait, so are you saying being ghosted or doing the ghosting?
Or doing
doing the ghost.
Like, I've done both. I've been ghosted. It doesn't feel great.
Both for sure.
Have I done the ghosting? Yes. A lot of times, and I mean, I'm older now. I'm getting better at, you know, voicing my opinion, because a lot of times you can talk to a girl and, you know, things you hit it off in the beginning, or at least you think you do,
Right.
and then all of a sudden something about that connection just isn't there.
Yeah.
So your communication is not as, you know, it doesn't have that spark that it had before. It's not as, you know, intense, and things just kind of tail off. Now, personally, the way I look at it, in my situation where I've been ghosted or whatever the case may be, like, I've realized, like, okay, our conversations are not, you know, as great, or like it's just not what it used to be. So if we don't talk anymore, like, I understand, like, all right, there wasn't no spark there. On the other hand, I feel as if that you can, and not everybody's like that, but I feel as if you can tell a little bit, like, I may not hit you up good morning all the time. I may not, hit you up as much throughout the day.
Yep.
And it don't necessarily have to be somebody else. It's just that connection is not fulfilling me anymore.
Yeah.
And that's just what it is. Now, should I have said, hey, I don't think this is going to work? Possibly. But that's not always the case. It's not like, oh, you know what? Our conversation's not great. Let me go ahead and say, let's talk real quick and tell you this ain't gonna work. Sometimes I just don't respond.
I'm gonna put it to y'all as simple as it can be. Simple, right?
It was
Yes,
sexy voice you just put on.
I've done the ghosted and I've gotten ghosted, right? In my earlier days, 20s, teens, growing up, you're doing the ghosting because that's just what we know, right? We don't know anything. We're still learning. So you're doing the ghosting. 9 times out of 10, it's not the best communication method. I'm starting to learn that now to the point where I think when you're getting older, if you're doing, I feel like you should let the woman know what you're doing now, because I mean we're getting older, so I think the communication there is good to let them know, hey, I don't see us going any further. I don't feel like this is gonna work. The older I gotten, of course, I think that's the best way to just let them know. Ghosting before, when I was younger, that's what I've done. It's just like a job. When you put your 2 weeks in, you don't know if you might get this job late. You don't know if you need this later on in life. If you put your 2 weeks in or if you just leave. You know what I'm saying? You don't know where you're going to be at in life. You might come back to this job.
Burn that bridge.
You don't want to ghost a girl because you don't know where you're going to be at in life. You might want to circle back to her, but you ghosted her, now she don't want to talk to you. So I feel like the communication needs to be there, just like with a job. You know what I'm saying? That's why you put the 2 weeks in. You don't know if you're going to come back to this later on in life. The grass is green on the other side. I got this good job. You could get fired there. I'm not back here. Communication, man.
I agree.
Simple.
Switching gears, really.
Simple.
I don't have no more.
You know, I'm taking this
Y'all
episode
rapid
off.
fire, here we go. Y'all ready?
Yeah, we need some.
I'm taking this episode off. I'm just answering questions.
Have y'all ever had a stalker? And what did you do to fix it?
A stalker.
Stalker.
Nah, I don't know. I don't think I have. Somebody did.
I don't believe so, and I hope it's not coming in my future.
Okay.
Yeah, I've never had a stalker.
Nobody has ever had a
I don't know,
stalker.
that might be down your street.
Right? Yeah. I really
You
don't
famous
want
out here.
that.
Yeah, he famous.
I really don't want
And
to.
how do you confirm if a stalker is a stalker? Like, what do they give you to be like, yo, she's a stalker, or she probably ain't got it all the way up there?
No, you
Like,
can tell, man.
Yeah,
You can
I think somebody who knows where you work, you live, your daily routines.
That's your wife. What you mean?
No.
Should be.
Yeah, it should be, right? But somebody who just pops up out of nowhere, like you post something on social media, like, oh, I'm out with the boys at Reds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, you look to your right and she's right there.
Yeah.
That's a stalker.
She's like, hey, Rudy.
Yeah.
Think you gonna be here?
That's a
I-
yeah,
And
exactly.
then you'll get your
Yeah.
story
Yeah.
viewers, you be like,
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
you know
know
I was
watching.
I never dealt with no shit.
I ain't
No
never
stalker.
dealt with
Nobody
that.
had a stalker?
No.
nah.
I mean, I know people who have had stalkers. It's yeah, but I don't think had a stalker.
What's the pettiest reason you guys stopped talking to somebody?
Oh, that's good.
The pettiest reason. Everybody take your time now.
Absolutely no reason at all.
No
No,
reason.
there's
Wow.
Again, but it goes back to ghosting. That's what it goes back to ghosting.
Yeah.
It goes back to
I'm
ghosting.
done with this one.
Yeah, it just
I'm
goes
done
back.
with this
Yeah,
one.
that's it. Let me ask this question though. So we talk about, women. We talk about all of these things. So, like, what's the best first date that you guys have ever had? Or, yeah, what's the best first date that you guys ever had?
That we've like done ourselves
Yeah,
or been
whether
taken
it be
on.
going in a park just to walk and talk, or you setting up a date. What's been the best date?
I would. So mine wasn't the first date, but it was that picnic in the park
Same thing. I was say the same thing.
that we did for Roz, man. It was dope as hell, man.
Yeah.
TP, Connect Four, and it wasn't a lot that went into it. And it wasn't dope because of what happened. It was dope because the way it made her feel. You know what I'm saying? Like it was just something so simple, but she remembers that and talks about it all the time. So for me, that's been the dopest date I've done or been a part of.
Mine similar. It involved a picnic blanket, 2 Bojangles meals,
Yeah,
a game board,
yeah.
and just some snacks, man. And it was just The vibes was crazy.
Yeah.
It was crazy, man. It was like you said, it wasn't nothing spectacular. It was simple.
Yeah.
But like it was dope.
So one of mine's was it was inside the house. Honestly, we didn't go out anywhere, but we sat down and we wrote down just random questions, right? And you had to answer the question and ask the question, right? So you wrote it down, we put it in just like a bowl, and you fold the piece of paper up, and you just pick a question out of the bowl, and you just communicate. You're talking about.
They got games and stuff like that.
Yeah, and you're just talking about things that just any topic.
Yeah, yeah.
Right. And for me, I was just like, that's when I started, the trigger of communication started for me.
Yeah.
Is because now you're challenging me to think outside of the box.
Yeah.
So that one was my.
I want to throw something out there for the fellas. There's this website. It's called, if y'all are out on the dating scene, there's this website called...
Pornhub.
No.
That's crazy.
Pornhub. Alright, don't worry about it.
No.
Wild card.
There's a website called Conversation Starters World. It has like hundreds and hundreds of questions. Mm-hmm. Would you rather this or that? If you could be a superhero, which is like it's something that you can use on a first date to just open up the conversation, or even on a 365th date. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's so dope. So it's thinking outside the box like that, man, and that's what's gonna help the men out on the single.
Okay.
Also to that
Conversation Starters World.
There's a I don't know what it's called. It's a book or something, but I forgot the name of it. But I saw it on Instagram when I was on Instagram, and it's like you scratch off like a little whatever it's called. I don't know what it's called, but then it tells you to do something like it'll be like you and your date like go to the nearest Goodwill and.
Like a scavenger hunt type deal?
Buy each other,
that's cool.
buy each other outfit.
Yeah.
You have to wear whatever the other person.
I saw that on TikTok.
Yeah, it's like
that.
then you gotta like go to the movies with that outfit on. That you know what I mean?
That's
and it's like, but it creates. I think what it does, it makes you. It forces you to go outside of your comfort zone to create that conversation.
I'm gonna do that.
And to break the ice.
Cool,
you know what I mean? And then like it's like a whole book, and you just scratch through each one of each station. It tells you to do random things like. The most random things you probably would never do on your own, but I think that's a dope. I'll buy one day, hopefully, when somebody's love.
Yeah, I'll say I'm be the first. If I make up my own or get the official one, I'm doing that shit.
Yeah, it's fire for sure.
Now, do you guys, considering that we're talking about these first dates and things like that, do you guys prefer things like that, like fun dates, or do you prefer the traditional date, like go to the movies, go to dinner? Like, what do you guys prefer, like, on your first date?
Anything inexpensive. No, I'm just.
For me, it's fun. It's fun going to the movies, but that's not a good place to go if you're trying to have a conversation.
Yeah, you can't.
Right. So that one, I'll be like, oh, we can do that like at another time, another date. But for me, it's all about being able to go to a space where we can talk, and just finding out something that we both. If it's a first date, of course you can't figure out what that person truly enjoys, but conversation is key, of course. So walk in the park, go get ice cream, picnic. Honestly, I really don't care what it is for me.
I try to be intentional. Like I try to be very intentional. Most first dates, you're going to be already talking to the person, so I listen very well in the beginning. I listen all the time, but like in the beginning, I'm very intentional about what she's saying. Because a woman will always tell you what she needs and what she wants. Right. So I just pick up, like, oh, okay, so you never been on the picnic before. That's a mental note. Oh, you never did this before. That's a mental note. So then I plan the first date based like that. So it's like, boom. And then I'm giving her something she's never done before, or I'm doing something that I heard that she enjoys. Then it's because it's more about her than me anyway, right? I don't care what we do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's why I asked the question, because typically it's you like you said, you pick up little mental notes on what you should do on the first date. But I wanted to kind of flip it a little bit, because a lot of times when we go on that first date, it isn't about us. It's about what she wants and how you can get to know her better. Yeah. But for the women out there who are listening and who don't know what to get a man or don't necessarily know what to do. Like maybe you want to spice up your relationship or something like that. That's what I wanted to ask. Like, what do you guys actually like? What do you guys enjoy on a date versus, because literally it's usually dinner, movie, or something romantic, and we come out of pocket.
Yeah.
Y'all ready for this? Ready?
Shoot.
Ready?
Yeah.
The exact same shit you like. Like it's really that simple.
Yeah.
Like,
No, it's simple.
Yeah.
Like it's really that simple. I think women make it so complicated. They want to make us these complicated beings, but we're not, right? So just listen to us. And we tell you like it's simple. We like the same shit. Like we like this. Like men are so simple. Like I'm like, yeah, I eat American Deli every week. Just give me a gift card. Like,
Right.
Right. Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
like, you know, I'm happy as hell. Like, it's so fucking simple, man. It's really that simple.
What's something that you guys did for a woman that you thought was cool that guys probably thought like you was whack for? Like, oh, that shit whack. That's cool. Why you do that?
Start spending a lot of money.
Sing,
No, I'm just
sing a
kidding.
song with my wife.
Singing a song.
Yeah.
Well, you can sing. We can't.
Yeah, that's always been my wild card.
But Drew, to answer that question, like I can't think of one right off the top of my head, but I could care less what another man thinks about what I do.
Talk your talk, Rudy.
I could care less as long as she's happy.
Yeah.
Like I'm good.
That's all that matters.
I ain't trying to. I ain't trying to please another man.
No.
Like I'm
I'm
trying
gonna
to
be honest
please
with
her.
you.
Yeah.
Everybody that follow you, including myself, thought you bought that Audi. Yo, I was like,
Next conversation.
the screenshot, group message. Hell wrong with this?
Alright, what's the longest you've spent with a woman after a night out before y'all went home?
Ooh.
Before we went home.
Yeah. Like say y'all went out on a Friday night, you went back to her spot. How long have you been chilling with her before
Couple
you
days.
went home?
Before we went home. Before I left and go back to my crib.
Yeah. What's the longest?
The most time. That's good.
Man, I'm gonna keep mine real simple. We was watching TV till television went off.
Oh,
And you know, television don't go off no more.
It don't go. At all.
We was literally, and that's what of course we dated, of course, but it was just like we were vibing. Like we just had like great conversation, and that's when I was like, I can do this. Like TV was on, but we were just talking.
Yeah.
Man, that's a good question.
Oh, you know I come with them.
I knew.
Y'all know
Hey, look, that's a compliment right there.
He forgot who he was talking to. Y'all know I started.
Man, I can't give you a time. It's
But just like
hours, 6-7 hours.
Not even days. I think I did a Friday night. I went home like Sunday morning.
Monday.
You talking about in the beginning?
Or just period.
Period?
Yeah.
Oh, it's been a
Before
long
you
time.
went home.
Before I
you
went
went home.
That's the days.
Y'all had a good night, and how long have you been with her before you went home?
Oh man, long time.
Yeah.
Okay, then if
Listen,
you phrasing that, I'm
They ain't
thinking
never
about a
gonna-
first date.
No, not a first date.
Yeah, he ain't never went back.
It's still counting.
My boy ain't never.
Look, I'm still out. What's home, nigga? Yeah, and I know first date. Yeah, and I know first date.
That's a good question though.
That is, yeah.
Chew on that for a little
Yeah,
bit.
you gotta think about
Switching
that.
gears. All right. Could you guys?
Drill's the whole
Yeah,
thing.
Hey, this is
yeah,
what
hey,
I.
this is
I'll
what
add
I
a
do.
couple.
This is
We
what
do
I
it
do.
on a daily.
Y'all been too long like
That's what
that.
he does.
This is what I do. How much time we got? We good. Could y'all be in a relationship with a woman if her sex was bad, but all the other things were good?
How
Okay,
bad
let's-
we talk?
Yeah,
Yeah,
how bad
okay,
we
that's a loaded question. All
Yeah.
right. So when you say bad, are you talking
You
about
don't-
it's bad or is it not as good as you had before?
Both.
Both.
Yeah. Because not as good as what it was before could be bad.
But she has
But-
all the
but
other
it
qualities.
doesn't-
she has all the
It
other
doesn't necessarily mean
qualities.
it's bad. It's just not as good as what you're used to.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean it's bad, right? Because if I never had what I had before, then it was probably great, right? So
What is he talking about?
That's how we
Bro,
feel
that's
with you.
bad, bro. That's
No,
bad.
so listen, let's say I had really great, right?
Yeah.
And then the next behind that is like great.
No. I'm talking about like it ain't what you. It ain't even that.
It ain't even. Oh, it's like
Yeah.
terrible.
Yeah, but it's like she
It's-
has everything else. Could y'all be in?
I'm
with
still
a
rocking
She's
relationship?
terrible or it's terrible.
The sex is terrible,
Just
but
all she
everything
can't-
else about her is good.
And she can't get better at it.
She can get better
That's
at it.
rough. I think we try
I'm
to make
sticking
sex
with her.
not as important as really. It's really
Yeah.
important, right?
It really is.
Like it's really important. Like that
Yeah.
that component of relationship is really important.
Yeah.
And if it's off, man, why do people cheat? Why do why people think like people like that's important.
I'm sticking with
I
it.
need
You
it.
sticking with it?
You sticking
Yeah.
with it with the wax sex?
I'm sticking with it.
With the wax?
You have every other quality that I want.
reason-
Hold. Black love.
facts.
Take away the
Facts.
sex.
Facts.
Take away the sex. What do you have left?
I get what you're
So
saying.
That's just like looks and
so
everything. She
let's
got a
flip
fat
it.
ass, a pretty face.
No.
Yeah, it's cool. But if she can't hold a conversation with you,
Exactly.
if she ain't funny, if her personality is trash,
That's what I was
then
about
what?
to say. Let's
All
flip
right,
it.
so listen,
Let's flip it.
I get what you're saying 100%, right? But how my brain think is like,
Yeah, that's your opinion.
there's a lot of women out here with those same qualities. They got good sex too. So it's like,
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
it's
so
like-
you couldn't do it.
it's hard because you're
Yeah.
like, yo, I don't think God don't love
Place
me.
me
Like,
there for you.
no. I don't think God is that humorous when it comes to my life that He would do me like that. I don't think God would curse me like that. So I'm
Yeah.
gonna be looking at the situation like,
What you think, Drew?
I'm out.
That's rough, man. I think I could. I think I could.
Yeah.
Why though? I need to know the why
I
behind
could.
this.
You said the
Or
why.
how?
I think I
Please
could.
explain. Please explain.
I don't think sex is a major component, but for me personally, I don't hold sex that high to the point where it's make or break for me. Like, yeah, it's important.
So have you had like mind blowing sex before?
Yes.
Like see the stars, like some magic type shit. Like,
Yeah, but she wasn't shit.
she wasn't shit.
Yeah, she wasn't shit. Yeah, she wasn't shit.
So you're telling me that you could.
It was good, but I'm like,
I get what you're
I hold
saying.
all the intangibles higher than
And
sex.
And that's how you're supposed to.
Let's ask him this question. Hold on one
That's-
second.
that's me.
Let's ask him this question. What percentage of sex do you need in your relationship? Because we answered this already.
What percentage?
What's the percentage that you need in sex in your relationship?
I'm gonna figure it out, bro.
Like how many times?
much?
How
Yeah,
many
no,
times I need to
just a
have sex?
percentage of how high is it on that list for you?
I don't know how high it is. I haven't thought about it like that.
Clearly, it's very high.
It's only listen.
Yeah.
It's only that high because of who I am, right? In that
We're
world,
gonna continue.
right?
We got 2 minutes, but we gonna.
In that world of sex, like I don't know if because I'm a Pisces or whatever, but I'm a pleaser, right? So when it comes to having sex, it's all about her. It's never about me. I'm gonna get me regardless, right? So I only enjoy it if she's having the fucking time of her life.
What if she's satisfied with what you do,
But
but,
listen-
you're not satisfied with what she does to you?
So I'm gonna be good regardless. That's what I'm saying. Like it's not gonna take much for me to get mine, right?
So that's what I mean. Like
So-
the sex is bad for you. What if it's great
it's
for
only
her?
bad for me, but it's only bad for me if she's not enjoying it. If it's not the time of her life.
She's enjoying it, but you ain't.
But hold on. So in that, so because how I think when it comes to sex, like it, like she has to be having a fucking amazing time. in order for me to have an
Like you
amazing
ain't even
time,
put it on the way in. And she's like, "Oh my god, this
No,
is so crazy,"
not that,
and you
not
like,
that.
"Yo, like
Not
I
that.
ain't even."
Not that. That's
Yeah.
fake to me. Like I'm talking about in the moment. I'm talking about like that connection. Like it's different, bro. Like it's so different when you have that connection and it's and I'm in there and I'm only focused on her. Like
Yeah.
and I'm that's it, bro. So like if I can't have that connection with that woman that I'm in love with, we can't get in that bedroom and I can't do what I need to do and be totally focused on you and you're receptive of that and I can get that energy from you and I know you having fucking the most amazing time of your life, then it's gonna be a little off for me.
So you can't do
It's
it.
gonna be a little off for me, right? That's the only reason because like if I can go in there and do what I gotta do and you enjoy it and then I leave and it'd be like, hey, that wasn't it.
Yeah.
That wasn't it because I ain't got that. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like
I pick all the intangibles, man, than sex. Though.
I may be a little crazy. I may be a little off. That may be one of my flaws. That and pretty feet. Cause like if you don't got pretty feet, I don't give a damn. I'm not.
I think I'm like that too. But we got a minute though. We good. Yeah. Wrap it up, man.
No, y'all.
Ladies
I'm
and
talking
gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen,
Rapid fire. I got more. I got more.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is gonna be a
This is
part
a part two. I got more. I got more.
We're gonna cheers
There
for
it
part
is.
two.
There it is.
I got
They
more.
did good. They did
Yeah,
good.
Hey.
Till next time.